Hey everyone, Matteo from the Hub World here with another game collection update. This episode will be compiling all the games and things I've picked up for my collection between mid-October and now. I'll be talking about a lot of stuff I picked up for Black Friday and Boxing Day, new releases, retro games, and a few other surprises. So if you like these types of videos, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Hub World for more game hauls, podcasts, and all that. Yes, the Hub World podcast did come back. If you missed that episode, I'll put a link up in the corner, or one of these corners, for that episode, our Game of the Year video. We will be coming back with more episodes in the future, as well as a few other videos and some cool Let's Plays. So with that, I guess we will start with the Wii, Wii U, and GameCube. For the Wii, I picked up two games. The first one is one that I've actually had my eye on for a long time, but I could never find it. It is Wii Play Motion. I'll have the prices for all the games in the corner up here. Wii Play Motion was a really late game that came out in the Wii lifespan. It's not like ridiculously expensive like how Wii Play has gone up, but Wii Party, but Wii Play Motion is the more valuable of the two Wii Play games. And this one, yeah, it did use Wii Motion Plus. So I believe this was a 2011 game. Yeah, it says 2011 here. Yeah, not overly expensive or anything. It's just kind of hard to find. So there's that. And then I picked up Poke Park 2, Wonders Beyond. I do not own the first Poke Park game. I had the opportunity to buy this at a local game store in November, just before Black Friday. They had Poke Park 1 there, but it was completely destroyed. Like, someone spilled like coffee on it, so like half of the back of the case was brown. I've never played these games before. I believe they are like, I don't know, a spiritual successor in a way to like Pokemon Channel or Hey You Pikachu. So I don't know, I might check this out. But yeah, these two games were ones that I've been really wanting to add for a long time, and I'm very close to finishing my Wii collection for at least how I want it done, which is just like first-party Nintendo games and Nintendo-published games. So those are the Wii games. Next up, we will do Wii U. I only have two games for Wii U as well. Some very minor games. First off, Rayman Legends. This game was supposed to be a exclusive to Wii U, and then Ubisoft got cold feet. But the Wii U version does have Nintendo exclusive things. I believe there's skins for Rayman and Globox that are Mario and Luigi skins. I believe those are also available in the Switch version, but this game was made to use the Wii U gamepad, and I've played it on Xbox, and yeah, it's great, but it feels like levels could have been optimized if they were used on a touchscreen, and sure enough, this is the way to do that. So Rayman Legends, it's a really cheap game. So another one is Bayonetta 2, and this version of Bayonetta 2 has Bayonetta 1 as well included. They have versions of Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U that don't have Bayonetta 1, but I wanted to get this one in particular because it kind of kills two birds with one stone. I do eventually want to play these games, but I don't know if I'm going to play it on Wii U. I have Bayonetta 1 digitally on Xbox through backwards compatibility. Bayonetta 2, though, maybe it's better on Switch. I don't know. I'll have to ask around about that. But yeah, these are two big Wii U games that I did want to add. Once again, like with the Wii, I'm very close to finishing my Wii U collection for how I want to. So there's those. And then lastly, for the GameCube, a pretty random game. I saw it for a really good price. I wanted to buy it. I actually heard decent things about it. Batman Vengeance. I remember watching a gameplay tutorial of this game on a TV show called Video and Arcade Top 10. Shout out to Video and Arcade Top 10. But yeah, this is a Batman the Animated Series, essentially, game. And I love that series to death. Made by Ubisoft. I really like that old Ubisoft logo. It takes me back. But yeah, this is complete in box. It's essentially, this was, I think, the best Batman game prior to the Arkham series. So, and the GameCube one I heard is the best version of the ones that came out in that console generation. So there's no hope that this game will ever be re-released, so I decided to pick it up now. And I just love the box art. You have Poison Ivy, Joker, Mr. Freeze, and Harley Quinn on there. So, yeah. Huge Batman fan, huge DC fan. I actually might play this. We're not quite done with GameCube yet, technically, because for Boxing Day in Canada, yes, we have Boxing Day. It's essentially another Black Friday, for those who don't know. I picked up a Battler GC controller. This is essentially a Switch Pro controller, but it's designed to be like a GameCube controller. Clearly, you have the GameCube face buttons, you have the GameCube control sticks, D-pad, analog triggers, which is a huge thing. I don't know if the mic can pick that up. But it's a Wavebird, but it has rumble. It can be used via Bluetooth, or it also has a little 2.4 gigahertz adapter that you can plug into a GameCube port, either on a GameCube or a Wii. So essentially this controller can be used on GameCube, Wii, Wii U, Switch, and PC. So I'm going to be playing a lot of games using this now. I might even try out Mario Sunshine on Mario 3D All-Stars to see if the controller analog triggers work. There's paddles on the back too, which is really cool. And you can map any button to these back paddles. And this is like a slider here for Bluetooth and the for the 2.4 gigahertz adapter. So I'm really excited to be using this. I haven't tried it out a lot yet, but that is going to change very, very shortly. Gino got one, and a friend of the show, Justin, also got one. Adriano is getting one too. His may have arrived by the time this video comes out. And then the cool thing with these controllers is they give you a little pin, which is cool. I thought I'd show that off. Gino got the purple one. It's I don't know where it is, but this is the purple pin. They also have a black controller available. If they had orange, I definitely would have bought orange, but clear is really cool. I'm very nostalgic for having clear controllers, consoles, etc. So yeah, this is really cool. I really suggest getting one. Next up, we are going to do PlayStation 4 and 5, just one game for each system. First of all, for PS4, I picked up Little Big Planet 3. This game got delisted, I believe, so I bought it. It was only $5. Yeah, it's the red case, but I have a few of these greatest hits types of cases. I think God of War and Last of Us Remastered. This game's really cool, but the online functionality has been shut down, unfortunately. But there are still pre-made levels in here, so I may actually test those out one day. And then the big one here, this is actually Gino's, but I was there when he bought it, and I'm playing this game currently. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. This game is very, very, very hard to find, especially at a good price right now. It might be getting a re-release, as far as I've heard. There are rumblings that they're going to be reprinting it. And yes, it is complete. A lot of local game stores in my area are selling versions of this game from other regions. Like, I see a lot of PAL ones. But yeah, to get the North American version, that is a must for my collection and Gino's collection. So yeah, I'm playing this. It has the DLC, I think. It's not on disc. It's actually a code, but that's fine. We have the DLC digitally as well, so that carries over. Yeah, very excited about this. So lastly, for PlayStation, I actually have a controller to show off. This is the PlayStation 30th Anniversary DualSense controller. I still have it sealed. I don't really have the perfect time to play it, because there's not a lot of PlayStation games that are coming out right now that I'm really interested in playing. So like this year, I know Ghost of Yote is coming out, so maybe that will be the first game I use it for. Maybe I'll just keep it sealed forever, who knows. But prior to this controller's release, it was quite hard to find to pre-order online. I don't believe any stores in Canada were doing in-person pre-orders for it. Since it came out, like maybe within the first week or two of this actually coming out, they were doing, I know Best Buy and Amazon had a few here and there that went out, but very rare. So that's why I might keep it sealed. I don't know, like, I don't really have that much PlayStation nostalgia, but I do love the DualSense, and I needed a new controller, so I bought this. So maybe I will open it. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that is my big PlayStation collectible that I got here. Next up, we have Xbox, and I got a big stack of Xbox games to show off right here. We'll go through them one at a time. These are the two that I picked up during their actual release. First of all, Sonic X Shadow Generations. Fantastic game. This is the Day 1 edition that comes with like Robotnik's Journal and a few other things, a movie ad for Sonic 3, which was great, by the way. Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, skyrocketed in price. Here's what it's worth. It's like one of the most valuable GameCube games I own now. I'm just shocked by that. But yeah, this game was really great. The Year of Shadow was a fantastic celebration. Love this game. It just made Sonic Generations even better, in my opinion. Next up is a game that I really want to play. Gino's in the middle of playing it right now. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. Neither of us had played Dragon Quest III prior to this game's release. It's just a matter of having to find time to play it. Yeah, it looks incredible. A few of our friends are playing it and also say it's incredible. So it's one of the most seminal RPGs ever made. So I definitely have to make time for that. Next up, we got some Persona games. One that took me a really long time to find physically on Xbox for a good price. Persona 3 Reload. I played this game on Game Pass when it came out. It was great. Not as good as Persona 5 in my opinion. Maybe we'll have a Persona episode of our podcast and we can talk about that. But yeah, still a great game nonetheless. I have the expansion pass, or whatever you want to call it. I got that for free through having Game Pass. So I have all the DLC and music and whatnot for this game. But I just wanted to have it physically because I know, just like Persona 5, it's going to be taken off of Game Pass one day. And I wanted to get ahead of the mass hysteria once the game comes off of Game Pass and then everyone starts like hunting down the physical games. Same thing with this game, but to a lesser extent. Persona 5 Tactica, I got this for only like $15 from a online retailer that I buy a lot of games from. It also has been taken off of Game Pass, but whoever owned this game before me never used any of these codes, so that was a nice little bonus. I played like maybe half an hour of this game. I love tactical RPGs, so I might have to go back and play that. On to my Black Friday pickups. 2 sealed games here. I might not ever open these because I own them digitally. The first one is Sonic Mania. It would not be a game haul video if I didn't have Sonic games. I got 2 of them already here. There might be more to come. So, Sonic Mania, this game came out in 2017, so this game has literally been sealed since then. I have it's not the Mania Plus version, obviously, but this game is fantastic. It's one of the best 2D Sonic games ever made. Arguably the best 2D Sonic game ever made, in all honesty. If you haven't played it yet, what are you doing? This game is fantastic. Another one, a game that came out last year, is Sea of Stars. I also got this on sale from a retailer online and barely paid anything for it. I guess it was on clearance because a lot of Xbox games can be found very cheaply if you want to collect them. I still have the sticker there I got to peel off. But yeah, this game was great. It was one of my favorite games that came out last year. I've talked about it a lot in 2023's Game of the Year awards. Also picked up a game that I love, Epic Mickey Rebrushed. I love Epic Mickey. It's one of my favorite 3D platformers. I played the demo of this game on Xbox. Unfortunately, the progress doesn't carry over like with Dragon Quest, but Epic Mickey is a fantastic game in my opinion. The visual enhancements and a few of the gameplay enhancements in this really help. And yeah, unfortunately I don't get any of the pre-order bonus codes or anything like that, but I'm going to play this game. I'm so excited to. And lastly, for Black Friday, because I still have a few more Xbox games, I got Metaphor Refantasio. Anyways, I don't like the name, but it's a great game. I've played 2 hours of this game so far, and I know I never talked about it in my Game of the Year picks, but because I haven't played it, but I love this game. it is, I feel like, the next evolution of what Persona is going to be. So like I expect a lot of this game's DNA to be in Persona 6. I know this was on sale for $65 Canadian at a lot of retailers for Black Friday, but I did not pay that. I only paid $50 for this game, and that was like $15-20 cheaper than even was digitally. So I'm so excited to dig into this game more. Absolutely love it. The last two games are also sealed games. This one I paid $10 for this, believe it or not. A sealed copy of Final Fantasy X 10-2 HD Remaster. This game's kind of a meme within my group of friends because the facial animations are apparently worse for all the characters. Yeah, Gino really wanted this game. It's like $30 on PlayStation at a lot of local retailers, but for only $10 on the Xbox version. Like, I prefer playing my games on Xbox, if I haven't made that obvious by the stack of Xbox games to the stack of PlayStation games. But yeah, looking forward to playing this or watching Gino play it, either or. It's going to be a good time. And lastly, I guess it was brought to my attention that this is my guilty pleasure game, and like with a lot of these Xbox games here, I've been looking to find this game digitally physically just in case it got delisted off Game Pass. Power Wash Simulator. Honestly, one of my favorite games of all time. Like, probably top 50 games of all time in my opinion. Love this game. I have a lot of the DLC packs. I got Shrek, SpongeBob. I just got Back to the Future the other day. It was on sale. So what a great game. Just a great way to unwind after a long day. And if this game ever gets taken off of Game Pass, now I'm lucky enough to have a physical copy of it, because not like any of these games were really that expensive. It's just like finding the right time and like not having to pay full price on a game really makes a difference. So that is it for Xbox. Got a huge stack here, and now I gotta move it away without making a mess. On to Nintendo Switch now. A lot of the games I picked up here were just like when they came out. So Zelda, Mario Party, Mario and Luigi, yeah. Not really gonna talk much about those. I did find a used copy of Emio the Smiling Man. I'm very excited to play this. I really enjoyed the demo. That was fairly generous. I believe it had 3 chapters in it. Yeah, I found this game used at a game store. Got a discount on it, so that's nice. Also, I got here for Gino's Christmas gift, I actually got him the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters. Thank God this game got reprinted. It was very, very expensive, and it was on sale for Boxing Day and Black Friday, so he's playing that right now. I believe he's on Final Fantasy 2 or 3. And then lastly, I got on Boxing Day as well, Xenoblade 2 Torna of the Golden Country. This is the DLC for Xenoblade 2. It is still sealed. I got this on sale. And a lot of these games, actually, I didn't have to pay any tax on it, because if you don't know, right now in Canada, we don't have the general sales tax, which is 5% off. So we don't have to pay 5% tax on any of these games. And a lot of other places, if you live in other provinces in Canada where they don't have the 7% provincial sales tax, you're not paying any tax at all on games, controllers, and consoles. So a lot of these games I didn't pay any tax on because I buy through other provinces. But yeah, this was one of those games. Whatever the price was, I believe it was $40, I paid $40 for it. So I now own every Xenoblade game now physically, which I just realized, which is kind of cool. So that is it for Switch. I'm just going to move these out of the way and show just 2 more Switch-related things that I got from my collection. I actually got some promotional standees that you would see at a store like GameStop or Walmart or something. I got Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. A friend of mine hooked me up with these, so like you just unfold this and it sort of just stands on the countertop or whatever. So I got Echoes of Wisdom, and I also got Super Mario Party Jamboree. These are really cool. I actually have a really cool place that I really want to put these. So yeah, I really love collecting like Nintendo promotional material. I got a huge tub of stuff just sitting in my closet right now that's just begging to be shown, and I may actually like have a little setup in my room or in my gaming room where I have like a little display where I can always be showing stuff like this and like filtering stuff in and out. Like, I just love this type of stuff. It really makes me nostalgic. On to Nintendo DS. just the one DS game this time around. But like I say every time, I'm not really aiming to collect DS games, but when I see a really good deal, it's really hard for me to pass up on it. And this was a steal of a deal. I got Rhythm Heaven for Nintendo DS. I only paid $30 for this. It's complete in box, in immaculate condition. Got this at a local game store, and there was a sale on top of it. So I guess now I own every North American released Rhythm Heaven game, because the 3DS one never got released physically here, and the Game Boy Advance one never came out in North America. So yeah, this was really cool. I remember all the Beyonce commercials that Nintendo had back in the day. But 3DS actually was a very good month for 3DS. I was actually able to cross 2 games off my bounty board. Those being, finally, Epic Mickey Power of Illusion, the second Epic Mickey game that I showed today. This was a 3DS sort of like platformer that's kind of like Epic Mickey Castle of Illusion, I believe was the Sega Genesis game. Yeah, it's a 2D action platformer. Yeah, complete. As soon as I walked into this game store that I go to all the time, saw it on the shelf, I grabbed it immediately. I got that, and then also, I'll just put it on top of Rhythm Heaven. Another game that I crossed off. Finally, Detective Pikachu. Similar to Rhythm Heaven, I got this at the same store for a very good price, less the 30% off discount that they had for their Black Friday sale. This was just one of those games. The time wasn't right until I just got it now. That took forever to open, but yeah. Really happy for this. I don't know if I'm going to play Detective Pikachu because it looks really boring, but my 3DS collection is really shaping up nicely, and I got 2 more games to add to that. I got Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. This is like the side game that came out with Arkham Origins back in the day. It's a Batman platformer, and yeah, I really like the artwork of it. Like, if you can see up here, there's Batman and Catwoman. This game will never come off the 3DS. I don't see any demand for it, but it's 3DS exclusive. It's really cheap. I'm a huge Batman fan. Same sort of rationale with Batman Vengeance, so I had to pick that up. It was only like $15 or something. And then another game that I actually heard is decent, and bear with me on this, okay? Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. This is not the same game as the console Sonic Boom that's on Wii U. This is the better of the 2 3DS Sonic Booms. I think the other one's called Shattered Crystal. It's still decent, but like, this is supposed to be the better of those games. I actually may pick up the other 3DS game one day, but this is the more expensive of the 2. I only paid $20 for this. I still actually need to get the Sonic Boom on Wii U. I know it's terrible, but like, in my opinion, it's like Sonic 06, and I need to get it for my collection because it'll never be re-released, in my opinion. Like, Sega like wants to forget Sonic Boom ever happened. But I actually do have one more surprise game for 3DS. A game that I got in the last video. I got Luigi's Mansion, but it's not the UAE version of Luigi's Mansion. And not only is it a copy of Luigi's Mansion from North America, it's a sealed copy of Luigi's Mansion. I have it in this protective plastic casing because I don't want it to tear or anything. But I am so happy to have this game. I love Luigi's Mansion. The 3DS port of Luigi's Mansion is actually like decent. Obviously played on GameCube if you want to play it, but now I can get rid of that one. Hopefully, I'm hoping to find a copy of Ever Oasis, but I'm not going to go crazy looking for it. But if I do find a normal North American copy of Ever Oasis, then I'll just sell the other one I have. But yeah, Gino and I saw this at a local game store for the same price as it would have been when it first came out, so it would have been 40 Canadian. Yeah, I'm still kind of shocked to find this because it didn't sell well, and finding a sealed 3DS game like this nowadays, it's pretty hard to come by. So that's it for 3DS. But the last thing I have to show in this video is something really, really, really cool. So I mentioned earlier my friend Justin, and he and I put in a big order at this company online on Boxing Day called CustomGameCases.com. And the big thing I wanted to do is have a way to display Pokemon games. So what I did was I bought cases that are DS style cases for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance Pokemon games that I don't own boxes for. So I got Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Sapphire, and Emerald. So I don't know why I displayed them that way, but I'm just gonna go with it. I'll go over all these games in detail right now. So you see the spine artwork. You can get customized spine artwork. So you can have, I believe they have black. They have the original, like, sort of Game Boy gray that you sort of affiliate with Game Boy. You could get different colored boxes as well. Like you could get white cases. I got black or gray because these are like similar and are as close to the DS as you can get. So for Game Boy, I'll just do this right now. Pokemon Red. It has the front, the side, and the back. Like all the backs of these boxes are the back of the boxes for the original game. And on the inside, this is their thing, customgamecases.com. They have so many. They have even Nintendo 64. They have Genesis. They have any console that cartridges were the primary media. So they have like all these little printed out cases, and the Game Boy cart just snaps in, and that's it. It's a little different for Game Boy Advance. I'm not that big of a fan of their method because of that. It kind of looks weird. I would have wished it was just like a case specially made for Game Boy Advance, but here's my copy of Pokemon Emerald. And then even with Game Boy Color, we'll go with Sapphire because it's the unique cartridge. Yeah, it fits perfectly in there. And yeah, I'm very impressed with these. The print quality of the artwork is also very good. So I highly recommend these. As a Canadian, they're very expensive normally because once you deal with the exchange rate and customs, you could pay duty on it. Yada, yada, yada. It does add up. But we got these, I believe, as a blanket, like 33% off on Black Friday, but it took a while to get here because we sent them to a friend of ours that lives in the States, and she was able to bring them up. But yeah, highly recommend these. They're a great way to show off classic Pokemon games, but like other big Game Boy Advance games like Minish Cap, that's one of the ones I regret not getting. But I might go next year if they have another sale. I might pick up a few more of these because this was kind of like a test trial for me. Like I was just thoroughly blown away by the quality of these. So yeah, these are the sort of last little item here. Now onto my bounty board. So as you saw, I crossed off Epic Mickey Power of Illusion and Detective Pikachu for 3DS, but we still have 2 games on here. One game that I might just have to bite the bullet on because it's not slowing down in price. Like the price is climbing every single time I look at it. So it's Wii Party, Mario Party Star Rush for 3DS. I'm gonna add Advance Wars Days of Ruin for the Nintendo DS. I have Advance Wars Dual Strike. Advance Wars Days of Ruin is the 4th Advance Wars game. So I need to add that one. And then also I want to be adding Detective Pikachu Returns. That's a game I've seen starting to go down in price, but it might be the right time to buy it because the Switch 2's coming out, and you never know, like, since all these games are going to be backwards compatible, Switch games might not have that decrease in value right away. It might take a while. So anyways, these are my 4 games that I will be hunting, hopefully, and showing off in the next video. So that wraps up my bounty board. Anyways, everyone, I'll probably have another game haul released in the late spring. I've done 3 of them in relative quick succession because of just how good sales and stuff have been. But we're going to probably be focusing a lot more on Switch 2 stuff. So like I expect whenever that comes out, I'm going to do a big haul showing off all the things I got for that. And yeah, I really appreciate the support. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the Hub World for more content. Gino and Adriano are going to be starting a very exciting Let's Play soon. Don't want to give too many details away on that. And then we're going to be doing our Hub World podcast as usual. And I do have a few actually very exciting ideas for videos as well, especially if you're a DC fan and you are a fan of a specific board game. So anyways, everyone, thank you all for watching. I will see you again next time. Bye.